Monkeypox is a rare disease caused by a very tiny genome called the monkeypox virus. It belongs to a group of closely related viruses called orthopox virus. Other viruses in this group that can infect humans include the variola virus, which causes smallpox, the cowpox virus, and vaccinia. Monkeypox is a zoonotic disease. This means it can spread from non-human animals to people. You can catch the virus through close skin-to-skin contact, especially sexual activity, with a person who has monkeypox symptoms. If you have sex with someone who has monkeypox, it's important to know that using a condom alone probably won't protect you from catching the disease. This is because the virus can also spread through contact with rash on non-genital parts of the body, body fluids, including droplets in your breath, and surfaces or objects they have used, such as their clothes and bedding. And a pregnant woman who has monkeypox can pass the virus to her unborn child. But scientists aren't sure if a person who has monkeypox can spread the virus if they don't have symptoms. Once the virus enters your body, it travels through your lymph vessels to nearby lymph nodes, where it begins to multiply. Over the next 1 to 2 weeks, the virus spreads in your bloodstream throughout your body. During this time, called the incubation period, you won't have symptoms. You may be at a higher risk for catching monkeypox if you have had close skin-to-skin contact within the last 2 weeks with someone who has or may have monkeypox, especially with men who have sex with men in a geographic area where monkeypox is spreading, or have a job that may expose you to orthopox viruses, such as lab workers and healthcare workers. Others at risk include those who have had contact with animals, such as monkeys or rodents, that could be infected, or exposed to objects or surfaces contaminated with the virus, or have not been vaccinated against smallpox. If you were born after 1972, chances are you did not receive the smallpox vaccine. Like most viral infections, monkeypox may start with flu-like symptoms, including feeling exhausted, chills, fever, headache, muscle aches, swollen lymph nodes, and a stuffy nose, sore throat, or cough. These symptoms are usually followed by a flat rash on certain areas of your body, such as the genitals, anal region, face, mouth, hands, feet, and chest. Then, the rash can turn into raised, pimple-like sores that are filled with fluid or pus, and the rash is often very painful. This rash generally lasts for about a week before beginning to crust, scab over, and finally falling off with the appearance of new skin. If you think you might have symptoms of monkeypox, or want to find out more about it, talk to your healthcare provider.
Hard, the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Mpox is surging across Africa, and this is ground zero. Thousands of cases have been reported in the Democratic Republic of Congo as a new outbreak grips the country. It's already claimed at least 450 lives, most of them children, and it's showing no sign of slowing down.
The detection and rapid spread of a new cloud of Mpox in eastern DRC, its detection in neighboring countries that have not previously reported Mpox, and the potential for further spread within Africa and beyond is very worrying. In addition to other outbreaks of other clades of Mpox, for further spread within Africa and beyond is very worrying. In addition to other outbreaks of other clades of Mpox in other parts of Africa, it's clear that a coordinated international response is essential to stop these outbreaks and save lives.
Formerly known as monkeypox, Mpox spreads through close contact, including sex, causing flu-like symptoms and painful pus-filled lesions. But this new strain is proving more infectious and even more deadly. And experts fear the growing outbreak in Africa could just be the tip of the iceberg.
we believe that it's already a weeks for international spread, and of course, there is also the chance that it could spread beyond Africa to other regions of the world.
The World Health Organization last declared mpox an international health emergency in 2022, with cases in more than 70 countries. That was largely shut down with the help of vaccines and treatments in rich countries. But very few of those are available in Africa, and global health officials hope this new emergency declaration will kickstart an international effort to contain the disease.
Julian Tang is a virologist at the University of Leicester in the UK. I asked him to tell us more about the surge in mpox cases and how this outbreak differs from the one 2 years ago.
The difference is really due to the different clades or strains, if you like, of this mpox virus. The strain from 2 years ago was a global strain, and the clade 2, which is the so-called West African strain, and it proved to be much milder and more limited in terms of clinical severity than the original clade 1 virus. The one that's now spreading across Africa is a branch of the clade 1 virus, now termed clade 1b. And this is part of the original strain from the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. And this has a higher mortality, is more severe clinically, and may increase in transmissibility compared to the original endemic clade 1a strain from DRC.
Talk to us more about this transmissibility, because this mpox variant is now, just new strain, has spread to 13 countries, the outbreak. Hundreds of people have died, mainly children. Why has this new variant been able to spread so quickly?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think we're still looking into this, but the original strain from DRC, the clade 1A, if you like, was limited in terms of that it would only spread beyond maybe 3 or 4 generations, and then it would die out. It's often transmitted from animal reservoirs in the original endemic area. Now it looks like the virus has adapted better to human transmission, again something we saw with COVID-19 after over several years. But this virus has been around in many more years. We've known about it for over 50 or 60 years. So I suspect that more cases, more human cases, are allowing the virus to evolve and transmit more efficiently during humans. Again, like we saw with COVID-19 and the SARS-CoV-2 virus.
How much of a difference do you think it will make that the WHO has now declared the mpox outbreak to be a global public health emergency?
It shouldn't make a great difference. Normally these fakes, as we call them, PHEICs, tend to be announced when we want to release more funding, more resources to those particular epidemics or pandemic situations. And this should hopefully allow this release of funding and resources in those African countries. But of course they are already quite resource limited in many of the ways.
Should people outside of the affected regions be worried about their own health? Could this virus end up spreading much further? And if so, what precautions should people be taking?
Yes, of course. As we saw 2 years ago, the clade 2 strain spread globally along the so-called MSN network, the monosexual sexual network. But this is much more indiscriminate. It seems to be spreading across the heterosexual population and other general populations. It may be less transmissible than the clade 2B strain turned out to be, but again, we're moving the data on this. The way it transmits is through intimate, close contacts of saliva, kissing, touching with contaminated secretions, and also the evidence of close-range aerosol transmission after a prolonged period of contact, like in a household, for example, in an intimate relationship.
All right, okay. We're afraid we're going to have to leave it there. Julian, thank you very much for talking with us. That was virologist Julian Tang at the University of Leicester.